talk a little bit about why we're not in leadership. You just put that on the corner there. There's something in the back that I want to read at the end. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I want to talk about why women don't end up in leadership. So there's definitely uneven expectations between, and let me stop. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like you have to perform at a higher level against a man? But why is that?
In order to really prove to everybody that you can do it.
Okay.
Perception that you have to really, show that much more.
Show that much more. Do you experience that as well in the back of the room? Do you have to perform higher or as high as a man to be recognized? No. I never felt that either, but I usually was smarter than them in some area that they weren't as smart in, so it worked out for me. So, but there is definitely that perception. And then the other reason we're not there is there are very few women in leadership. If you look at the studies, you will find women will get into these, if they're in IT at all, they get into these IT help desk manager level roles, and they never go beyond that. Right? You're like, yeah. Or they end up in HR. Okay, great. So we're good about conversations, party planning, and help desk. Or client services. We like them in client services roles too. We definitely like them in HR. Rarely do you see a vice president of cybersecurity. Rarely do you see a vice president of network or data centers. Rarely will you see, you're all shaking your head. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Rarely do you see that, let alone a woman of color. Let alone a woman over 40. I mean, I could keep going here. You don't see it. And part of the reason and the shame is that we don't identify them and promote them. We don't identify them when they're 9 and 10 and they're interested in science. And then we lose them somewhere around the time that they do have children. Often they will leave the workplace and be very disillusioned from working with the male team and be very disgruntled and say, I just can't figure this out and I don't want to do it. My husband makes plenty of money. I'm going to sit home with the kids. And there's this whole, they exit, and there's this whole hole that we miss, this whole gap of women that leave we could really use in science and IT and payment, which is really a shame. But that all aside, we can't control. What we can control is finding that other woman out there that's good at something and identifying her and even positively promoting her in meetings.